All right, thanks for joining us for another episode of Money TV. I'm Donald Baillargeon. So glad you could be with us. Money TV, of course, is the program all about money and what makes it happen. Well, the national average of a gallon of gas in the U.S. is now at $3.54. But let's face it, in most parts of the country, the prices are far higher and getting very close to that $5 per gallon threshold. It just kind of makes everyone cringe. Now, during this time of the $100 fill-up, President Obama is obviously feeling the political heat, and he trotted out his long-range energy plan this week, attempting to once again deflect blame from his administration. He called for a 30% reduction in our dependency of foreign oil by the year 2025. Now, that sounds great until you take a quick trip into the history books. In his 1974 State of the Union address, Richard Nixon said that by the year 1980, America would not depend on any other country for her energy needs. Now, Nixon didn't make it through the end of that year in office. 1 year later, Gerald Ford said we must reduce oil imports by 2 million barrels per day in 3 years. Well, that didn't happen, and Ford didn't win re-election the following year. In 1979, Jimmy Carter said the U.S. will never use more foreign oil than it did in 1977. Never. An incorrect prediction, and Jimmy Carter was ousted in 1980. In 1981, Ronald Reagan was more pragmatic in saying that it was in the country's best interest to try to reduce dependence by the greatest extent possible. Well, Reagan served 2 full terms. In 1992, George Bush said his energy policy was drafted with reducing dependency on foreign oil being one of 3 key principles. Bush lost later that year. In 1995, Bill Clinton played the national security card when it came to energy policy, and like Reagan, made no specific promises. Clinton, of course, was reelected in 1996. In 2006, George W. Bush said that breakthroughs in technology would help America reduce Middle East oil imports by 75% over the next 20 years. But during the time from Nixon until now, despite all of those lofty goals and promises, our oil imports have risen from 36% to over 66%, almost double. Now, President Obama wants to reduce oil imports by 1/3, but he's not going to allow new offshore drilling in the U.S., but he agreed to loan Brazil $2 billion to stimulate their offshore drilling efforts. Last time I looked, Brazil is a foreign country. Obama should take lessons from the ghosts of President past. If you want to be reelected, don't make promises you can't keep. Now, here's a promise I can keep. It's a toll-free number, good from anywhere in the world you're watching the program, 888-259-4449. To get information about our featured guests when you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. Again, toll-free, 888-259-4449. On your mobile phone, just text Money TV to go 800 or 46800. You can visit us at moneytv.net where you can watch this program again, and we'd love to have you follow us on Facebook and Twitter.